It was a great team win. We were firing on all cylinders, offensively, defensively, and special teams. Uh, we knew that they were a great opponent and it was a big rival, so we know that we had to come in and be firing on all cylinders in order to win. Uh, as far as NIU, I mean, what can I say? They're NIU. They are who they are, and I can't count how many times they've been in the championship or been a champion of the MAC. So we know what we're facing going into it. But we also are confident enough and know what we have been through in our past in order to create our future. So we go into it with our heads up and just focusing on us and focusing on the process in order to come out. And then at the end of the game, we'll look up and see what the outcome is.
Coach talked about the celebration you guys had when you found out you were top 25. What does being in the top 25 mean to you?
It means everything. I mean, it means everything for the university. It means everything for our team. It means everything for our community. To come from 1-11 to see where we are now, I mean, it's heartwarming. It's heartfelt from the work that we've put in over the past 3.5 years from being here with Coach Fleck and just all the guys that Coach Fleck has brought in, just to see how everything come together and just everything works out. I mean, it's amazing. And all the hard work, that's what you get. So it's a great feeling.
Keion, Alan Gerald, Bronco Blitz. Coach talked about after the game, and in fact, John Creek's coach's show after the game, about how he was most impressed and most pleased with the defensive performance in the game against Central. Cooper Rush, who's been prolific, the leading passer in the nation as far as yards, you were in his face all night. Can you talk about, and he's also talked about the Jimmy Williams effect, and you and I have talked about the Jimmy Williams effect. Can you talk about how that has improved that defensive line and the pressure that you're able to get on opposing quarterbacks?
Most definitely. With Coach Williams coming in, he's made us mature fast. We're not just a group. We're a young group, but we know at the end of the day that the defensive line usually sets the tone for any defense. So we had to grow up, and we had to start holding up our end of the bargain as far as getting after the quarterback and just dominating the line of scrimmage. And you saw that in the game against Central. We knew that Cooper Rush was a prolific quarterback, and he was, if not the best quarterback, top 2 in our league. So we knew getting him off his spot and disrupting the timing of the passes would eventually lead to mistakes or turnovers. So all we wanted to do was harass him with chaos and just get after him and make him make decisions that he wouldn't usually make under duress.
We saw a bunch of players go down and a bunch of players step up in their spot. I'm just interested in how much this team truly harps on the next man up mentality, because you saw Jarvion, who saw his carries kind of diminish over the last year, and then he stepped right in. You saw Sam Beal go down, and Obi played really well. How much do you guys harp on that?
It's a contribute to our culture, who we are, and the how that each guy plays with, no matter what, from the starter to the backup. We know what to expect and what you're going to get. So when we go out there and practice, you might not be getting the reps that the ones might get as a third stringer, but you're taking those mental reps so you could be mentally prepared to when you do get in those situations that you can not just only step up but step in. And you seen, like you said, from Obi to Davon Tucker to Malik Rucker, those guys, Keyshawn Washington just stepped in and just made the plays that we knew they could make because of the type of guys that Coach Fleck recruit.
How about Darius? I mean, the playmaking, the interception return, and just what he's meant to your team.
Darius is a special player. I remember coming in with him my freshman year, and he was playing offense, and he redshirted, and just seeing the speed, I was just like, oh my gosh, like I thought he was faster than Ronald Zemo, and that's saying a lot. Darius is a great leader, even though he is considered a redshirt junior on our team. He's a great leader, and he leads that secondary. He's a prolific player, and once he gets the ball in his hands, it's no telling what's going to happen. He's that special, and he's that fast, and I say that because he works so hard in practice. You'll see him doing ball drills after practice. You'll see him laughing and joking around, but he takes practice seriously, and he goes out there and works. So when it translates to the field, that's what you see because he's doing it in practice.
Keion, your offense still hasn't turned the ball over the entire year. How does that help you guys as a defense, not putting you in those kind of bad situations?
You said it best. They're not putting us in any bad situations, and I think our offense obsesses over the ball. They take pride in not turning it over and just driving down the field and getting touchdowns. So if they're not turning the ball over and we're getting turnovers, then, it's a great team thing. It's a team win. It comes up into the forefront of how we obsess over the ball in practice and how the ball is the program, and we make sure that we focus on it no matter what, every week, day in and day out.
What jumps out on tape when you watch Northern Illinois?
Their offense. Just because their record is 1-4 doesn't mean anything. They still put up 700 yards of offense against Ball State last week. So, I mean, just they have a great running back, a great quarterback, even though he hasn't played too many snaps. We know what to expect out of them, just the motions and everything else. So, I mean, they're a great team, great offense, and they have a great coach. So we know what to expect from them.
Keion, you talked about Darius Phillips doing his punt return and kick return. I think if Bronco fans show up early enough in your pregame routine, you do return punts. Is that something we're going to see?
You have to ask Coach Fleck about that. I mean, that's Darius' job, and trust me, I'm not going to take it away from him because he is faster than me. So, I mean, hey, if they want me to go back there, I'm up for anything that the team needs me to do.
Talk about that celebration. Sorry, Al.
Okay.
Talk about that celebration. Coach said that when he gathered you guys when he found out you were nationally ranked. Talk to me about the feeling.
I mean, it's just a feeling of excitement. I mean, we didn't necessarily take it as anything more than what it was. I mean, because we know that prizes aren't handed out in the middle of the season. We still have 6 or 7 more games to go to. So we can't necessarily focus on the coaches' poll or the rankings or whatnot because no matter what, that could be taken away from us if we lose any game. So we take it 1 week at a time, and we focus on our opponent, focus on the process, and once the game's over, we look up and we see what we get, our result.
Coach, we might not see you return punts, but I've noticed that you're on the kickoff return team, and you're the next line right in front of Darius.
Yeah.
So there is a real good chance because nobody's kicking to Darius anymore, but you might see the ball. I know that you ran some sprints or you were on a relay team in high school and were pretty fast, and that you were also a discus and shot putter. But talk about how your speed has improved. We've talked about this in the past. You've gained a lot of weight and a lot of muscle, but you've also gained a lot of speed.
Coach Nickel and his staff has done a great job as far as developing me as a player and developing everyone on the team. And, I mean, Coach Fleck and Coach Williams and Coach Pinkham put me in positions to succeed, and I just want to go out there and succeed so that my teammates can succeed. I just want to go out there and do whatever I can. If that means going out there and getting after the quarterback so I can force a turnover so Bill can catch an interception, then I'll do that. It's sacrificing and using my talents to help the team get better.